I'm live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I'm the Crypto Crow. It is Thursday. We are pumping. Everything's picking up steam, and it's quite an interesting day. Got a couple announcements to make. There's some things going on. There was one thing that I was wrong about, apparently related to midnight. So I wanted to address that, and I'm hoping that my stream works today. I'm hoping it's okay. We'll see. See people flooding into the chat. Welcome. Crow tokens. I would love to do something with those at some point. Let me move this up a little bit out of the way so that people can see the chat box. And yeah, so it's a pretty good day today so far. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm watching the EUTXO.org website right now. Just watching the very low transactions per second, but like abundance of data flowing through those transactions. It's fascinating to watch. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. This is what I'm talking about here. This is counted as 1.1 transactions per second. It really is nuts. Let's see, per second. Look at all that. That's not even one transaction. I mean, like, it's just crazy how Cardano does things different and significantly better. Yeah, it's just nuts. It's nuts. I love it. I love to check that stuff out. So let's go ahead and dive right into what's going on. I will let you guys know that Billy Boltz is selling. Nothing insane, but it's selling, and it will be going live on book.io tomorrow as well. They just sent me another email, and they said they're going to make it they're going to put the page up on the website. They showed it to me. It looks good. So that'll be live tomorrow. So you guys will be able to get the Billy Boltz NFT book tomorrow on book.io. It'll be the only place that it's available as an NFT. And I think I only have like 525 of them that that are being minted on book.io. So once those are gone, that's it. There are no more. I guess while I'm on it, I'm going to show you guys. So this is Billy Boltz. No real reviews yet, and I'm nervous because there've been, I think, about 30 something copies sold. I think the paperback. So I'm assuming people are just waiting for them to show up. So that they can read them, and then hopefully everyone will start posting really great reviews, because the reviews really do help a book get coverage on Amazon. And so please leave a review, leave a good one if you feel it's merited. This really does mean a lot to me. And on top of that, this is something else I'm working on. This is the tabletop miniatures game I've been building. I'm telling you, like, I just ordered a whole bunch of prototypes for the playmat, because there's going to be a big playmat that comes with it, and it's reversible. So one side is going to be an arena, the other with hex, like a hex overlay, and then this side is the desert, like a desert battleground that you'll be able to play. So that'll be on the opposite side, and there are no lines. So one you'll be able to play with hex bases, the other one you'll be able to play with round bases using a measuring tape. And there are 42 cards. That's just the back of them. And I'll show you, these are my rough prototypes. So this is Eek, and this is all off of my own printer. I've got the real ones coming, like the glossy cards and like the real trading cards. Those are coming in my prototype. And then this is the 3D printed miniature off the STL file. And then these are a bunch of the robots, and I haven't even fully painted these up or anything yet. I mean, he's not even finished. You can see the lenses on his glasses aren't even done. His wrench isn't painted. I haven't done anything. So I'm just messing around, but this is basically what the miniatures and things are going to look like with the game. And it's a big deal for me, man. I'm telling you, but I can't even launch this game for like at least a week and a half. There's a process. All of the miniatures are going to be downloadable STL files along with bases. You'll be able to pick if you want a hex base, a round base, the rule book. I'm doing everything I can to keep this as inexpensive as possible. And really the only hard costs are the cards and the mat. and that's it. Everything else you're going to be able to download, and it's otherwise this would probably be like $70, and I don't want it to be that. I want it to be like maybe 40 or less. So that's what I'm working on. But this is really cool, and once my prototypes come in, like the actual cards and the play mat and everything, I'm going to play it with my daughter who's 12, who doesn't even like this stuff, and my wife who's definitely not nerdy enough. She's a dancer, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. But make sure and this is all based around the Billy Boltz book and the Billy Boltz world. And this is the first book. You can see Billy Boltz and his robot. So anyway, check that out, man. It's a really big deal. If you support me, you support the channel. I don't really ask for too much. But this is something I'd really love for everybody to have a copy of this book. And if you're into tabletop gaming, check out the game when it launches. I'll let you guys know. Because every time I talk to my wife about it, I get a little worked up, because I'm just like, this is such a big deal. It's something I've wanted to bring to the world and bring to life for so many years. I did an iPad game, like, I don't know, was it been 10 years? I don't know how long it's been. And at the time, I didn't know how to promote iPad apps, and it just didn't do anything. But it was really, really cool. But that was like the first rendition of bringing Billy Boltz. Anyway, so this is Bitcoin's dominance right now. You can see it's fallen a bit because the altcoin markets are starting to pick up. And this doesn't really mean a whole hell of a lot to me, quite frankly, just yet, because all we did was we just let go of what we've built up since like May 5th. Like, it's not a huge deal, but in that, the prices have been pumping today. And you can still see, though, we have a CME futures gap all the way back down here around 92,000. So 92 to 93,000 is a gap that we have not filled yet. We did fill this one, obviously, between 96.4 and 97,000. So we filled that on the price rise up. But I mean, I hate these CME futures gaps, man. I really do. They're such a pain in the ass. And because they generally do fill, and it's like, at this point, can we just leave this shit alone? The answer, I'm sure, is going to be no, because Wall Street loves to get their fill. But that's where we're at. So I guess, the question is, does this fill in the short term? Does this fill, much later on down the road? It really just depends on the momentum we're able to start bringing. You can see here, we wicked all the way up to about 1015. We're currently trading at 100,800. We've been slowly getting a bit of a reversal, but there's a lot of bullish liquidity sitting down here at around 99.5. If this were to work its way down, we would probably bounce back from that. Hopefully we don't get that low, but I mean, honestly, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the price movement under 100,000 at this point. And of course, we're continuing our way down. This is on a 5-minute candle, by the way. These are 5-minute charts. So we'll look a little further in a little bit. Cardano basically wicked all the way up to almost 75 cents today, currently sitting at around 73 cents, but it's made a pretty significant way up. These are hourly candles, mind you. So every one of these candles is an hour. So Cardano's really been working its way up since yesterday, basically from a low of around 65 cents, wicking all the way up to 75 cents. That's 10 cents in basically a day's time. So that's pretty substantial. If we look at Bitcoin on a monthly, I basically said on a monthly candle, I've been saying this for weeks now, we're up only from here. And so far that trend is our friend, and we are basically making our way up. So I do believe that we're going to continue moving forward into the upside. We know that smart contracts and all of that for Cardano is coming. We've already seen that Bitcoin OS has launched a demo. Not only that, but they recently announced that the Bitcoin OS token is going to be a Cardano native asset. So that's cool. That's very cool. And I don't know if they did that because of, they want the loyal Cardano community to be more interested and more involved, because everybody's been waiting for the IOHK version that is going to be basically settling in ADA. or if maybe there were technical complications with them doing it in some sort of Bitcoin, like forked asset or something. I don't know. But regardless, it's going to be a native asset, which is cool, but we still want it to be settling in ADA. So, we're going to have a Cardano native asset for Bitcoin OS, and then we're going to have, another version that settles. And I know we're going to be seeing demos of this soon. When is Bitcoin conference 2025? I don't know 100%. Let me know when that is, because I haven't even looked it up. I should have. Now this, ladies and germs, is the M2 money supply, and you can see we've got a long way to go. And if Bitcoin's price continues following the M2 money supply, I mean, we're looking at, 180,000. And you can see up here that we basically have, we started coming down from this peak of around $178,000. And, we do get drops though, right? So we get these big drops. Let me take a quick look. I want to see what percentage is this one. So that's a 10%, 9% drop. Okay, 9% drop, and that was before a 14.5% increase, right? So these are small drops, 8, 9, 10% drops in the midst of all of this. Okay, May 27, 29. So yeah, I mean, the end of May is going to be pretty big, because if that's the Bitcoin conference, that's when everybody's going to be doing these big public demos of their Bitcoin. They're not bridges. It's just, they're basically just showing their Bitcoin to Cardano tech, which Bitcoin OS has already done. Haven't seen anything yet from IOHK. I'm sure it's coming, but this is where we're at. This is the M2 money supply on an 88-day offset. And so you can see it lines up pretty well. I mean, obviously there's some jigs and jags and things in the midst of all of this, but overall the Bitcoin price has been flowing along with the money supply. So if we just keep going from here, I mean, the sky's the limit. Is this candle the start of this? That's basically what I think we're looking at, because you can see from here, we got the dip down, which is this dip down. I mean, it's lining up very, very, very well. I almost wonder what would happen if I put this on like a, I'm going to see what happens if I put it on a 90-day. We can go 89. Let's just say 90. I want to see what it takes to get this to line up almost identically. All right, so it's basically a little sooner. So let's go to an 80-day. 80-day offset on the M2. Okay, well, that was a little too much. Let's say 83. Come on, line up. All right. Yeah. I mean, that looks to be about dead on right there, about 83 days. So if this, yeah, I mean, so we could come up here, maybe we continue moving to the upside. And we'll see, do we stop at around $107,000, $108,000 in Bitcoin and then get a little bit of a correction and then start moving back up? I mean, that's what it looks like. Look at this pump here. I mean, if this plays out, this is the end of May. Okay. So if this were to continue playing out the way it looks to be, we're talking about, let's say from where we're at now to the end of May. So this would be June 2nd here. That's 35%. So between now and June 2nd, we could be going up 35%. I mean, what do you want? What do you want? It's just patience is key. And a lot of these people that, how many people were just basically just shut down who've said Bitcoin will never see 100 grand again. Everybody has something to say. Most people are just full of shit, man. Like, they just don't know. And this is honest. I know I don't go live every day, and I know that there's so much noise in the space, but generally I come on at this point when I feel like there's either something very big one way or the other to talk about. Obviously, the trade deal with the UK being announced by Trump today is a pretty big deal. Obviously, we're waiting for China. We'll see what happens with all of that. But I think regardless, this is a global asset. Bitcoin is a global asset. So is Cardano, for that matter. And so we're going to continue seeing a lot of big price movements, and we're going to continue getting ebbs and flows. But this is a really big deal, man. I mean, maybe Bitcoin does break out around $180,000, and if so, this is talking about July of 2025. Is that the end? We'll see. Does this candle here reverse and start working its way back up? Because you'll remember when I first painted Bitcoin, where is it? Yeah, here. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. October of 2025. That's $281,000. We could very well make it there. This is still in play for me. I mean, we'll see. So the big question is what happens with Cardano moving forward? We got a huge. I mean, that wick in volume was huge, man. That was intended to chew up bearish liquidity in the Cardano market. I mean, this was intentional. And we're seeing a lot of this stuff play out, and we're seeing it across multiple assets. This isn't just a Cardano thing. Unlike other people that try to buy these articles when the whole market's coming down, and they love to try and point out in very specific articles like Cardano's down 6%, but like the rest of the market's down 7, 8, 9, 10%, right? It's for whatever reason, this is what they do. But then when Cardano goes up, they love to pair it with like other assets that they're trying to promote, like Sui or Solana or whatever. It's all mind games, folks. But I don't generally play into a lot of that shit anymore. I just kind of ignore it because it's all kind of a joke. And quite frankly, until Cardano's broke above like 82 cents, and it holds there, I'm not sold on anything. I'm not overly hyped. I made the claim that I believe that Cardano could break its all-time high by the end of this month. And, I still think that's possible, but there's one thing that was a conduit to that is not happening, and that's Midnight. Midnight is apparently not launching this month. It's coming, and it's happening, all of that. It's just not going to be happening in the month of May. I don't know what it is about the development cycles, but they always seem to drag out into what, we'll see, if it were to come out in the summer, or the airdrop were to happen in the summer, and then maybe it launches by the end of the year, that'll still be a really big deal. But it's just like, man, I feel like every time Cardano drops anything major, it's always at the tip top end of the cycle. And I don't know why they do that. I mean, maybe that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. But it just seems to be par for the course, man. Like in 2021 market, everything all of the big shit that could have really, really helped pump Cardano didn't come out until the market had already peaked. And it was almost like, oh, has the market peaked? Oh, hey, we're going to launch this now into the downfall. Congratulations. It's the only thing that frustrates me about Cardano. Major catapults. At the same time, a lot of the stuff it ends up being priced into Cardano because we got some super major rallies during the 2021 market cycle in Cardano, especially against Ethereum and Bitcoin. So it's very likely we're going to see something similar to that as well. But it's just, we're probably not going to see Midnight tokens until this summer. So it is what it is, but it's still a really big deal. And the thing of it is nobody knows when, is there going to be a snapshot? Is it going to be a shadow drop? Is it how is that going to play out? So that's what I'm waiting on. So May 27th to the 29th. Yeah, I just had somebody call me and ask me if I wanted to go. And I'm like, no, it's too late. Nobody's reached out to me until now. And I'm just not. I'm very, very weird right now. I don't really want to get on a plane unless I have to. I just don't. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of your comments and what's going on. Gay for Greg Crow. That I am. I'm very gray, very gray. Let's go. Crow tokens. It's going to be a great summer. It is going to be a great summer. I will say that. It is going to be a great summer. Alex, what's going on, man? What up, Crow? What new telco? Man, you Telcoin. Are you the same? Is it the same people? Is it like the same like two people that are constantly hounding me on all my social medias to talk about Telcoin? Let me put it to you guys this way. The more people hound me, the less I want to even discuss it, because then I feel like by doing that, I'm just going to attract more of you. And I don't have time. I just don't. So like, you know, there's your mention, but that's all you're going to get at this point. I'm like, I'm not trying to be shitty. I just like, man, every time I open my socials, I've got people like spamming me about Telcoin, and I'm like, listen, I'm over it. And all it does is frustrate me and make me not want to talk about it at all. So probably from here, I'm not even going to address it in my chat. I'm just letting you know, because it's like, if it were just the chat, fine, but it's like all on my Twitter, it's all over the place. I say one thing about it, and then boom, I've got a handful of guys that are just blowing me up every day, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to be harassed about it. Sorry. I'm definitely buying one tomorrow. That's good. I appreciate that. Get a copy. Got a copy. Good, Carlos. I really am looking forward to the reviews for the book. Like I'm genuinely looking forward to see like what sort of feedback, because it'll help me make the second book better. And I've already started on it a little bit. I've been really focusing on getting the tabletop miniatures game, the skirmish game done. And like, I just want it to be sick, man. And the rules and the gameplay, I'm going to probably shoot a video of my daughter and I playing it and me explaining the rules, like a how to play video. Because I wanted to create a tabletop game that's like really easy to learn for all ages. I want people to get into the tabletop gaming hobby because it's fulfilling and it's a lot of fun, and nothing feels better than wiping the shit-eaten grin off of an angry, entitled nerd's face. I'm messing around. But yeah, like sometimes some of these guys, man, that play these games, they're like super cocky, and they're just like, you know, they know every rule and this and that, and they get really, really shitty. I used to get shitty though when I would like, if I didn't see something coming, like if I was playing War Machine and I didn't see something coming, or like somebody just got insanely lucky on a dice roll or something to that effect, I would get like shitty. I'd be like, I'll fuck you up outside. I'm kidding. I never did that, but I would get like, oh man, you know, but sometimes that feeling is worth it, you know, especially if you end up eking out a win in the end anyway. No rants today, Gareth. I'm sorry. There's no rants. It's a pretty decent day, and it's Thursday, which means we're getting close to the, Annie from Trade Travel Chill says this is the last leg. I'll have to watch whatever video you're talking about. I love Annie. I don't necessarily think this is the last leg. And I mean, you know, quantify that. Like, what is the last leg? What, from now until the end of the year? Is that the last leg? I think there are a lot of differences to this market cycle than we're used to seeing. And, you know, Jerome Powell not cutting interest rates. I mean, come on, man. Like at this point, it's getting stupid. You know, they keep trying to use these tariffs as an excuse, but I'm from the looks of things, these tariffs are doing pretty damn well. So it's like, why? What are we waiting for exactly? You know, he keeps citing, you know, indecisive. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how this is going to play out, even though they're watching everything get better. I mean, I don't know. Please comment on Annie from TTC about smart money versus retail. Well, I don't know what she said. I haven't watched her videos in a few days. I haven't watched any of that stuff this week, honestly. But if I'm to hazard a guess, the smart money, I mean, the difference between smart money and retail is smart money has the means of moving the market in a direction they want, whereas retail is just a victim of it. So this is one of the reasons why I don't feel like it's wise for newbies getting into crypto to try and become like day traders, because they just don't know enough. And it's such a shitty game. And to me, a big part of me, I really believe that a big part of trading is rigged to an extent. I mean, market makers have all of the capital wisdom, experience. They know how the markets move. They're the ones moving a lot of these markets. I don't know if there's a circle of market makers that all work together, but you also have to keep in mind like liquidity pools, liquidity providers, pipelines, all of that. If you've got 10 market makers or 100 market makers that work on this major exchange, and then that liquidity pipeline is being filtered out or distributed out to all of the other smaller exchanges, it's like they control not just the market on that exchange, but all the exchanges that are using that liquidity pipeline for their price action. And it's all such a rigged hustle, in my opinion. And it's just like, can you beat them? Sure, you can. People do every day. But the smart money is very well aware of this, and the smart money is they're able to move markets, and they have so many different methods for not manipulating the market, but playing the odds, right? They have a lot of like hedges against their actions. So they say, well, I might go long on this, but I'm going to hedge it with this. A lot of retail day traders, they don't even know what the fuck that is, let alone the capabilities of doing it. And so, that's why here's the thing you guys have to understand about my channel particularly. Number one, I know, and I don't know so much if this is the case nowadays, because I feel like so many of you have been a part of my channel and my community for years now. You guys know me, you know what to expect, you know how I roll. But for newcomers that find my channel, I don't want to steer them in any bad direction. So I don't want to tell everybody, you place your leverage long here because this is where we're at and this is where we're probably going, and like buy this shit coin, buy this meme coin. I feel like the YouTubers that follow all of the trendy, gimmicky, like get rich quick shit, they do really well in YouTube numbers, but I also feel like they inadvertently and often unintentionally hurt their viewers as well, because everybody's chasing that dragon for that quick diamond, that quick buck. And I feel like I've been there. I know what that's like, chasing ICOs, trying to make sense of nonsensical bullshit and white papers, understanding the hustle in the game. And that's why a lot of what I do is focused around buying the low, holding, accumulating, averaging your entry price down, and selling as close to the top as you can merit. And or muster or whatever, because to me that is much safer. And like investing in quality projects, not just like, oh well, this YouTuber who was paid 25 grand to talk about it, but he's from the UK or he's from South Africa or whatever. He was paid like a shit ton of money to tell me that this is the next best thing since sliced bread, and they become a self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense that their viewership's so big that everybody runs out and buys it, pushes the price up, and then they continue playing off of each other until the insiders of that asset start dumping on everybody at the last minute, and everyone's caught off guard, and then the YouTuber's like, bear market. Like it's all such a bullshit hustle, man. And it's just like, I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And so many people get caught up in that and they think that that is crypto. But the majority of crypto, in my opinion, is manipulated. It's all bullshit. It's just how it is. Everything that we're doing right now is speculating on the future of technology and finance. And we're trying to throw a dart to figure out which of these layer ones, layer twos, like privacy token, XYZ, which ones are going to be the ones that are the biggest players when everything really starts coming together. Listen, I mean, if you read any of this stuff yourself, it's not difficult to understand why Cardano is in the position it's in. It's been designed, it's been built from the ground up, slow grow, organically growing based off of its merit, not just its like paid advertising campaigns that it's never had to do because its merit is so strong. So, it is what it is, but that's just kind of where I sit on a lot of that. I just don't do a lot of things if I think it has the potential of really hurting people. And I just don't, it's just not what I'm here for. And you have to understand, if I don't have paid segments on this channel, I'm not making shit to be here. Like I don't make a lot of money on YouTube. It's like when the market's parabolic and everything's going crazy, there's about 4, 5, maybe 6 months where it's just like, yeah, it's banking, it's bank time. But man, that hasn't started. that hasn't started yet. You might get a period where you get a few in a week or whatever, and it's cool. But yeah, it's just like, I'm not here because I'm getting rich off of it or any of that. I'm here because I want to keep people informed about what's going on from a perspective that it's just not about the bullshit. And that's it. It's not quick though. I don't know. That's funny. Hate CME gaps. Yeah, I do too. Cardano ain't pumping. It's so disappointing. It is pumping. I mean, it's yes, it's dude, on yesterday it was at 65 cents. Today it's at 73 cents. Yes, it comes back and forth. And there's definitely a window here. You can see this channel, and this here is basically the channel. I have it written down. I have a lot of this stuff charted on my other computer. But there's definitely a window, and we're not going to break out of that window until we can close above 82 cents. And I'm still waiting on that. So, up 10 cents. Sui up $1.30 in one day. Well, that's cool. 100%. We want it settled in ADA. Yes, we do. I just bought your book. Well, thank you, Michael. I hope you like it. I really do. And I really am looking forward to everyone's feedback. You know what? I think the next one could benefit from XYZ. Just send me a message or post it in my Telegram community. I'm totally fine with that. Let me know your honest feedback, what you think. And like, if you read it, like you like it, do you have older kids that might like it? Let them read it. Okay. All right. Yeah, what do people want from Cardano? I mean, everybody wants Cardano to be $5 tomorrow. And, listen, until the, where is it? There it is. Until this dominance really starts to come down, we're not going to see huge moves in Cardano. I mean, it's going to go up. It's going to keep moving. And there are going to be certain catalysts to it. But, we're going to see some of these movements happen, but this was down. This was at 54%. So, but this is what we want to see, really. Like, we want to see this come down. So from 64 to 54%, that's a 15.83% drop. So if Bitcoin's market cap is around, let's just call it an even $2 trillion, then, we're looking at 15% of that to basically go out of Bitcoin and into various altcoins. And when that happens, Cardano's going to rip. It's going to absolutely rip. Cardano, I'm pretty sure, is one of the most popular, well-known assets. And when these Cardano ETFs kick off, that's going to be a big deal. When Bitcoin OS and all that other fun stuff kicks off, that's going to be a big deal, because that's going to be a direct access flow directly into the Cardano ecosystem. Like, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, the month of May is going to be a big deal. I mean, across the board, it's going to be a big deal. We just have to be patient and relaxed. We have to ignore the noise, ignore the bullshit, definitely ignore the trolls and the haters, because I've been seeing all kinds of narratives being painted out. And that these, I don't know if they're paid for, I don't know what, but I just read this whole like A side, B side narrative about Charles. And I'm just like, wow, you guys they're trying to do to Charles and Cardano what a lot of people have done to Solana for years. And it's just like, the only difference is that they're taking a little bit of information, and it looks like they're just extrapolating it out into a big bunch of nonsensical bullshit. And then you read, like, a lot of people like, this guy does this shit all the time. He's always trying to like get views and things by making up garbage. And then you have somebody who comes in with an opposing perspective explaining like, well, this was this guy's claim. This is the reality. This is the truth of it, of the situation. And it's all just nonsense, man. It's all noise. That's all it is. It's all noise. And there are going to be more and more people that do not want to see Cardano succeed, plain and simple. But, it is what it is. So anyway, it's Thursday. I hope you guys have a really good afternoon. It's about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, I'm just going to let this play out. I'm very curious to see where we end up on Monday. You know, the downfall is let's say we were to make it to like $105,000 by Monday, and then we create a CME futures gap at like $101,000 over the weekend. It means the price is probably going to have to come back down, fill that. And then if it does do that, then depending on the momentum and where the market makers are and where the liquidity is, then we can come all the way back down to fill the other CME futures gap at like 92,000. That's just the way the market goes. And so, you know, you can either trade it if you want. I'm not trading it. I'm just too busy with other things to be paying attention. But, and my boy Rusty keeps blowing me up today. I'm not sure what's going on. Every time the market pumps, my friend Rusty starts calling me. So, and you know, he likes to call me when I'm either preparing for a video or I'm live on one, and he's not even in chat. So he's probably driving in his car. So, anyway, until next time, thanks for joining me. Crow your coins, and I'll see you again real soon.